Good afternoon and welcome everybody to the January 11th, 2021 public hearing of the Planning Commission on Plant City Comprehensive Plan Amendments. We thank you for attending this meeting. Your comments and participation are encouraged. To minimize feedback in the audio, all participants in the meeting will be muted until it is their opportunity to speak. Planning commissioners who are virtual should raise their hand in WebEx to indicate they would like to speak. You can also send the chat to Melissa if you would prefer to be recognized that way. Please be sure to state your name at the beginning of your remarks for the benefit of the clerk. There will be an opportunity for members of the public to provide comments. You will be unmuted when it is your turn to speak. Please wait until the chair calls on you to begin speaking. State your name at the beginning of your comments and adhere to the time limits. If anyone has difficulties or is watching via HTV and would like to provide comments to be included in the record for local government hearing, please email them to sandy@plancom.org. That's sandy@plancom.org, SANDY@plancom.org.
Mic check 1 2. Testing 1 2. This is a mic check. 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. Did I get audio? Mic check, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mic check from WebEx, 1, 2.
Yes. Chris, can you hear me?
We cannot hear you.
Mic check, 1, 2. Test,
We're
test.
good. We're good.
Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone to the January 11th, 2021 public hearing of the Planning Commission on Plant City Comprehensive Plan Amendments. We thank you for attending this meeting. Your comments and participation are encouraged. To minimize feedback in the audio, all participants in the meeting will be muted until it is their opportunity to speak. Planning commissioners who are virtual should raise their hand in WebEx to indicate they would like to speak. You can also send the chat to Melissa if you would prefer to be recognized that way. Please be sure to state your name at the beginning of your comments, at the beginning of your remarks for the benefit of the clerk. There will be an opportunity for members of the public to provide comments. You will be unmuted when it is your turn to speak. Please wait until the chair calls on you to begin speaking. State your name at the beginning of your comments and adhere to the time limits. If anyone has difficulties or is watching via HTV and would like to provide comments to be included in the record for local government hearing, please email them to sandy@plancom.org. That's sandy@plancom.org, SANDY@plancom.org. For those of you who are not familiar with our process, the meeting will be conducted as follows. The agenda item will be introduced, staff will give their presentation with a 15-minute time limit. The applicant will be given the opportunity to make a presentation with a 15-minute time limit. Following the presentations, members of the public may address the Planning Commission when recognized by the chair. Public comment will be heard for 3 minutes per person. The applicant will then be afforded a 3-minute period for rebuttal or response. Planning commissioners will ask questions, and then public comment will be closed. Then upon a motion, a second, and discussion, a vote will be taken. With that, I would like to ask the clerk to go ahead and call roll, please.
Good evening. Joseph,
Here.
Bernstein,
Here.
Cardenas,
Here.
Dix,
Here.
Dowdy,
Here.
Kress,
Here.
Powell,
Here.
Green, Marina,
Here.
Dickerson, Rodriguez. Here. Thank you. You have a quorum?
Thank you. All right, our first action item is 2A PCCPA 20-7 Future Land Use Map Amendment, and the presenter is Mr. Mark Hudson.
Thank you. Mark Hudson, Planning Commission staff. Can you hear me?
Can hear you, sir.
Right. We're bringing forward to you today 2 plan amendments for the city of Plant City. The first one is identified as PCCPA 20-07. If I could have the next slide. This shows you the location of the plan amendment on Plant City's vision map. As you can see, it is in the southeastern quadrant of the city. It's generally described as south and west of South Wiggins Road, which is a bit of an unusual description, but it's because at the point of this plan amendment, Wiggins Road goes from a north-south road to an east-west road, and you'll see that a little bit clearer in future slides. If I could have the next slide. This shows you the plan amendment site surrounded by the dashed lavender line. To give you an idea of some of the uses around this, you can see Wiggins Road, how this property is accessed to the north, and you can see the bend going from north, south to east, west. North along South Wiggins Road are single-family homes on relatively large lots. To the west is the closed Coronet Mine, which is in the process of being remediated for some environmental contamination. To the east, you see on your aerial here is a single-family home, but also a large area that at one time was in agricultural use. You'll see in some subsequent slides that are a little bit newer than this, that it has been developed very recently as the new warehouse distribution center for Home Depot Incorporated. And to the south also is the Coronet Mine that is now closed, as I mentioned a moment ago, and also a single-family home on a very large lot. If I could have the next slide. By way of a little bit of background, this is a privately initiated plan amendment as a result of a voluntary annexation. It is a regular plan amendment as it is over 10 acres in size, coming in at just about 18.5 acres. Its current land use is Hillsborough County Residential 1, and the applicant is requesting on the northern portion of the property to have Plant City Residential 4, which allows 4 dwelling units an acre, and on the southern portion to have the designation Parks, Recreation, and Open Space, so he may operate a private recreational facility. I will point out on the the aerial that is on the right of your screen, you see the site signified by the red pin. You can see that the applicant currently has a baseball field or a softball field already on site. His residence is located to the north, and you can see the very edge, the recently completed Home Depot warehouse distribution facility. If I could have the next slide. This shows you the future land use map as it stands today. You can see the light green color of Residential 1 in the county. To the north, you see along Wiggins Road, the Hillsborough County Residential 2, which most of the residential units along that roadway have that land use designation. Both to the east and west, you can see the gray for industrial, both in the county and also in the city. And to the south, you can see some of that also is industrial, but there's also a home on a very large lot that has a Residential 1 land use category in the county. If I could have the next slide. And if this was ultimately approved by the Plant City Commission, this shows you how the land use map would change. You can see on most of the northern portion of the property would be the yellow color of Residential 4 in Plant City, and to the southern portion would be the Parks, Recreational, and Open Space category that would allow this private recreational facility to operate. If I could have the next slide. Now, we have analyzed this based on maximum build-out. I believe the applicant's agent is on the line and probably will give you more detail about what ultimately, at least in the near term, the applicant wishes to do and desires to develop his property. But we looked at a maximum build-out. Currently, it is allowed to have 18 dwelling units. Based on the land use category, it could now have 34 on the northern portion of the property and up to 107,000 square feet of recreation open space facilities on the southern portion of the property. We got the next slide. I've included some photographs and some arrows to give you a general idea of the character of the area. Again, you can see the site in question is located under the red pin. To the east, you can see some of the remnants of the now inactive Coronet Mine. You can see to the west the agriculture uses that were at one time at that location, but now is the Home Depot distribution center. And you can see some of the large lot residential single-family homes to the north. I got the next slide. And again, this is a slide I showed you a moment ago, but again, you can see some of the recreational facilities already in place on the southern portion of the property, the applicant's home to the north, and you can see the edge of the Home Depot warehouse distribution center. I got the next slide. This shows you the access to the site. This is, of course, located right at the bend of Wiggins Road where it transitions from north-south to east-west. Next slide. This shows you South Wiggins Road looking north, and it shows you kind of the character of the area developed predominantly with single-family detached homes. Next slide. And this shows you the same facility looking east on South Wiggins Road. You can see to the north are continue to have single-family homes. To the south, as you go towards County Line Road, there is again the Home Depot warehouse distribution facility. Next slide. Our staff did review this per the Imagine 2040 Plant City
Excuse me,
Conference.
I've lost audio.
We're still hearing it on here on this side. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we're hearing you on this side, Mark. I'm not sure if you could hear if you hear us, Augustine. If you can't hear us, I would suggest maybe backing out of the call and rejoining. I believe we are recording still, so I believe we can continue, but I'm not sure if Augustine can hear us.
I'll wait for you.
HTV, is there a problem? Or is it on my end?
I believe it's on your end. I'm not sure if you can hear us. I believe it's on your end.
Tell them to continue that we're recording the meeting.
We are recording the meeting for record, so I believe.
Is there any way we can pause the meeting for the clerk's office to reboot?
I believe.
Is that a question for me?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Well, if we don't have a choice, I mean,
It's the clerk's office that I think is having the audio issue now.
oh, the clerk is unable to hear?
Yeah, yes, sir. I believe that's the case right now. We are still hearing you and broadcasting on HTV.
Okay, well, let's pause it and reboot then.
Okay, I believe Augustine is coming back. I'm not sure if he's back yet. Augustine, can you hear us? Augustine, can you hear us? Augustine, I'm not sure if you could hear us yet. We could hear you. We are still getting audio on HTV if you could hear us. Augustine, I'm not sure if you can hear us. We were hearing you, and we are still getting audio on HTV. You should be able to hear us.
Oh, I see what you're saying in terms of calling the roll.
Right. Okay. Okay. Do I have to like officially do that? All right. I will go ahead and call the meeting to recess. Do you have to give it a certain amount of time or?
Bring it back up and hopefully that.
Okay. We'll call it a 5-minute recess then. All right. Welcome back to the January 11th, 2021 public hearing for the City of Plant City Comprehensive Plan Amendments. I assume we will pick back up where we left off with pardon me? Oh, yeah, Mr. Hudson's presentation.
Thank you, Chairman. Again, Mark Hudson, Planning Commission staff. I'll continue with the presentation. If there's anything that anyone missed, I'd be happy to respond to any questions at its conclusion. We did review this plan amendment for consistency with the Imagine 2040 Plant City Comprehensive Plan. The slide in front of you shows the particular sections that we looked at in depth, and the full goals, objectives, and policies are noted in your report, but the ones noted on the screen we feel are consistent with the applicant's request. If I could have the next slide. Though the applicant doesn't have any intention immediately to developing any more residential units, there is capacity issues at Plant City High School, and if he does so, that will need to go through the concurrency process with the Hillsborough County School District. Also, transportation analysis will be performed by the city, and if certain improvements are needed, for example, acceleration or deceleration lanes, that will be coordinated with Hillsborough County, as Wiggins Road is a county facility. The city does not foresee any issues with the provision of water and wastewater. They do have lines in the immediate area and capacity. There is a creek that runs through the property, which is basically the dividing line between what is requested as far as the R4 and the Parks, Recreation, and Open Space. That environmental amenity will be protected by both the regulations of the Environmental Protection Commission of Hillsborough County and also the City of Plant City. If I could have the next slide. This presentation was given to the Planning Board on December 9th. They did concur with staff's recommendation to find it consistent with the Imagine 2040 Plant City Comprehensive Plan. Of course, we're here today to garner your recommendation. Transmittal hearing for this plan amendment has been scheduled for January 25th. An adoption hearing with the City Commission at this point is projected for March of 2021. If I could have the next slide. With that, Planning Commission staff recommends that PCCPA 20-07 be found consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the Imagine 2040 Plant City Comprehensive Plan, and to forward this recommendation to the Plant City Commission. I stand for any questions, and it is my understanding that the applicant is also online to make a presentation or to answer questions.
Thank you, Mr. Hudson. Yes, would the applicant please go ahead with their presentation?
Mr. Rice, we're not getting your audio now. Mr. Rice, if you hit that button next to the mute button, there should be a little downwards arrow. If you click on that, a couple options should pop up, and you should be something that says use system settings. That'll probably be your best option. No, Mr. Rice, we cannot. If you hit that downwards arrow and you click on the button switch audio, there should be an option that says use computer audio. You click on that. If that isn't lit up, you could try clicking on put in a phone number and call me, and it'll switch over to a phone audio. We as of right now, we cannot hear you. Yeah, if you put in that phone number, it'll call your phone and it will link your video and your audio.
Okay, do you hear me?
Yes, we do, Mr. Rice. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Happy to be with everybody this evening. I'm glad we got there with the technical component. So my name is Colin Rice. I represent the applicant for this project. Address is 101 East Kennedy Boulevard, Suite 2800, Tampa, Florida 33602. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Shoemaker, Loop, and Kendrick. I represent the property owners, Blaine and Dana Fox. And so I want to thank everybody for their patience this evening. Thank Mr. Hudson for his thorough report and for his presentation today. And the visual that you see here, I'll really just rely on this to explain what's in the surrounding area, what our client intends with this project, and then of course I'm available to answer any questions that you might have. So this application involves two land use categories, one to preserve the residential character of the north, and another in the recreation open space designation in the south to support a private commercial athletics training facility. Mr. Fox has been in the baseball business for decades. He had a pre-professional career for years, and he has transitioned into a coaching training role. And really all of this started as his young sons got older and started getting more into baseball. And they started a training program and slowly started developing a facility on their property. And through the years, it has kind of proliferated, and they've got other folks interested to the point where it's a pretty exciting opportunity for them. They want to pivot and really focus on this business development of high-end, potential major league type baseball training. And so in addition to this comprehensive plan amendment application, there's a companion rezoning to planned development zoning and an annexation application in the works as well with the city of Plant City. And the property to the northeast of Mr. Fox's property is joining in the annexation as well, so that it can be a nice contiguous and an appropriate annexation. So to the west and the south, as Mr. Hudson had alluded, is mostly undeveloped, owned by Cornet Mines. I understand slated for some remediation. So nobody to disturb over there. To the immediate east is the Home Depot distribution facility. To the northeast is Mr. Moody's property, which will also be annexed. So he's certainly in support. And then to the south, we have a large parcel with, I believe, one single family home on it. To the north is his neighbor, Matt Manning, who I've spoken with, Mr. Fox has spoken with. He's fully in support of the project. His concerns, mostly he'd never seen a rezoning notice letter and called to see what was going on, but he's completely on board. Mr. Fox is certainly going to work to be a good neighbor, and if there are any impacts, he'll certainly address those with his neighbor. That dovetails nicely into the way that this project is situated, in that the neighbor who could potentially experience some impacts is naturally buffered by the northern half of this property, which will retain residential uses. There are no plans to further develop any of the residential, despite the maximum potential increase. There are no plans to pursue that at this time. And then the southern portion, again, will be home to what we hope is a growing and prosperous and successful baseball training program for the region. Very excited about this. And of course, as Mr. Hudson had alluded as well, we received unanimous favorable support from the Plant City Board on December 9th. Of course, staff has found it consistent. And I apologize, I didn't hear the very beginning of Mr. Hudson's presentation, but I'm familiar with his report, and we're certainly on board with their recommendation. With that, I will leave it to you for any questions, and I appreciate your time this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Rice. All right, I will check with HTV at this point in time to see if we had anyone sign up for public comment on this item.
We did have a few people sign up, but no one is called in at this time.
All right. In that case, I will go ahead and open it up to commissioners, because there probably will not need to be a rebuttal. But I will open it up to commissioners for questions, comments on this item. Commissioner Dix, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Hudson, are you there? Can you hear? I want to ask you a question.
Yes,
The excellent presentation, by the way, as always. Two questions just to throw out to you. I just want some kind of a comment or feedback from you. As far as potential development down into the future, I understand that there's none anticipated in the immediate future, but down into the future, with the increase in density to 4 units per dwelling acre, at least on the north portion of that property, do you have any observations or concerns about two things? Number one, about the closed Coronet mine, which will be closed indefinitely, I presume. Any concerns about that being a contiguous neighbor? And then number two, the only point of ingress and egress, of course, is to the north and the northeast, kind of how that property, kind of bites into the road there. Is that going to be sufficient, you think, insofar as handling whatever type of development for residential and the commercial recreational portion accompanying it? Thanks.
the first part of the question deals with the Coronet mine and its potential environmental contamination. As far as we are aware of, they're not anywhere in close proximity to this site. I also realize that any future residential development would be on water and sewer lines provided by the city. And of course, the major concern about contamination from this site is the private wells being contaminated. But our understanding when we talked to the owner some years ago is they were in the process of redeveloping this property and cleaning up per EPA guidelines. And it is not, we're unaware of any issues that would affect any adjacent properties concerning that historic use. Concerning the impacts of transportation, we did do some cursory analysis by our transportation planning staff, and we did not particularly see any issues. However, this will be followed up by the city's engineering staff to see if any immediate improvements need to be made as far as the access point. This, of course, will depend a lot on ultimately how much development is proposed on the southern portion of the property. But at this point, we don't anticipate any transportation issues.
All right. Are there any other comments or questions from the commissioners? Not seeing any in the room or any online. I will go ahead and close the public comment.
Chairman Joseph, Attorney Robin is recommending that you offer the applicant rebuttal in case they have anything else they want to add to what Mr. Hudson had to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mr. Rice, if you wanted to add anything to that, you have 3 minutes for rebuttal.
Okay. Colin Rice here again for the applicant. Thank you for the opportunity. We have nothing further to add. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rice. All right. Now, seeing no further comments or rebuttals, I will close public comment and open it up to a motion on this item from the commissioners. Do I have a motion from anyone? Commissioner Dowdy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would move that the commission find amendment PC CPA 20-07 consistent with the City of Plant City's comprehensive plan and forward to City Council.
All right.
I would second that motion.
All right. I have a motion, consistency by Commissioner Dowdy, a second by Commissioner Bernstein. There's any more discussion from the commissioners? Seeing none online, I will ask the clerk to go ahead and do a roll call vote on this item.
Joseph?
Yes.
Bernstein?
Yes.
Cardenas?
Yes.
Dix?
Yes.
Dowdy?
Yes.
Kress?
Yes.
Howell?
Yes.
Marina?
Yes.
Motion carried 8-0.
Thank you. All right, next up is 2B, PCCPA 20-09. And again, Mr. Hudson, to you.
Chairman, Mark Hudson, Planning Commission staff. This is the second of two plan amendments to review tonight, PCCPA 20-09. If I could have the next slide. This shows you the location of this plan amendment request on Plant City's vision map in an area generally designated for future industrial development. To be more specific, it's south of South Frontage Road, west of North Wiggins Road, north of East Baker Street, which is also US 92, and east of Charlie Taylor Road. If I could have the next slide. This shows you the property that is being reviewed for this plan amendment. It is surrounded by the dashed lavender line. It consists of two homes in an area that was used for agricultural uses. This is part of a voluntary annexation. The applicant wishes to purchase this property and bring it into a larger industrial development that has already been approved called Eastland Industrial Estates. Also, I'll note on this slide before I forget is this, if it's approved, this site would no longer garner access on North Wiggins Road, but would seek access from Charlie Taylor Road. And you'll get a little bit better idea when I show you some of the future land use maps. Most of the area currently is undeveloped. Next slide. So by way of a little bit of background, this is privately initiated, as I mentioned, a voluntary annexation. Unlike the last one, this is small scale, so it's going potentially for an adoption hearing with the City Commission in the near future. It's a little over 6.5 acres. Its current land use is Hillsborough County Residential 1, and the applicant has requested Plant City Industrial and also for it to be brought into the I-4 Tech Corridor overlay. Next slide. This shows you the plan amendment site again, surrounded by the black dashed line. You can see that the site has Hillsborough County Residential 1 land use plan category. You can see to the north and to the west is already part of that industrial development that's being proposed and has the industrial plan category at Plant City. To the south, it's a transitional parcel that is also already in Plant City but has not been designated land use, but it is part of the I-4 overlay. So it could be developed with those industrial uses irregardless of a land use change, but we do expect that land use change to become forthcoming in the future. On the opposite side of, to the east on North Wiggins Road is an area that currently has Hillsborough County Residential 1. It's currently undeveloped. As I noted before, this site would not garner access from to North Wiggins Road, but to Charlie Taylor Road, as you can see to the east, excuse me, to the west. Next slide. And if this was ultimately approved by the City Commission, you could see how the land use would change, being the same land use that is to the north and to the west. Next slide. We did analyze this based on maximum build-out as the last one. Currently, it would allow 6 dwelling units. This was proposed to, the potential would be 145,000 square feet of light industrial uses. The applicant has applied for a corresponding PD, and I believe the applicant's agent will probably speak of this a little bit more in length. I do believe this actual particular area is being envisioned as retention for the larger industrial uses that will be closer to Charlie Taylor Road, but I will leave that to her to explain more fully. Next slide. As the last one, I have some slides, aerials, and on the ground to give you a little bit better idea of the character of the area currently. As I mentioned, it's predominantly undeveloped as right now that you can see. Again, the land to the north, west, and south is already within the PD that will allow for the development of the Eastland Industrial Estate. And you can see the undeveloped lands on the east side of North Wiggins Road. Next slide. This shows you the site that is being affected. You can see the two homes that are part of this voluntary annexation. And this is, of course, looking to the west. Next slide. This is looking north on North Wiggins Road. As you can see, this road really doesn't come up to city or probably county standards. However, the applicant is not seeking access or to put traffic on this facility. It would be designed to go out to Charlie Taylor Road, and any needed transportation improvements would be to that facility. Next slide. And this shows you the same road looking south. Next slide. As with the last one, we did evaluate this by the Imagine 2040 Plant City Comprehensive Plan. The full goals, objectives, and policies are in your packet. These are the areas that we particularly looked at dealing with community development and future growth related to annexations, the provision of public facilities, and in particular economic growth. And we felt it was consistent with those provisions in the Imagine 2040 Plant City Comprehensive Plan. Next slide. Required transportation improvements, if any, would be coordinated with Hillsborough County. Of course, as I mentioned previously, that will impact predominantly Charlie Taylor Road, not North Wiggins Road. And the city does have available lines in the area to serve it with both water and sewer, and there's capacity within both of those to accommodate the proposed development at this location. Next slide. We did take this one as well to the planning board on December 9th. Again, they did concur with staff's recommendation to find this consistent with the Imagine 2040 Plant City Comprehensive Plan. Of course, as with the last one, we're seeking your recommendation tonight. The city has not supplied us a date for the projected adoption hearing. When we do receive that date, we will be re-noticing to everyone within 250 feet of that date so they can participate at the city commission meeting. Of course, the city clerk for Plant City will see to it that it is also advertised in the Tampa Times as well, with a quarter-page ad to ensure that people are aware of this hearing coming up. But to date, the City Commission has not supplied that date to us. Next slide. And with that, Planning Commission staff recommends that PCCPA 20-09 be found consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the Imagine 2040 Plant City Comprehensive Plan, and forward this recommendation to the Plant City Commission. Mr. Chairman, that concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I do understand that the applicant also has a PowerPoint that she would like to share with you.
Yes, would the applicant please go ahead?
Cami Corbett with the law firm of Hill, Ward and Henderson, 101 East Kennedy Boulevard, Suite 3700. First, I'd like to really thank Mark. He is such a consummate professional. I enjoy working with him. We had a big project in Temple Terrace earlier this year during COVID, and he was just phenomenal through it all, and really appreciate him and all of his efforts. He did a very thorough staff report here in support of this application, and his PowerPoint was also very thorough. But I do have just a brief couple of slides, really more for information for the planning commissioners to see what's envisioned here. The applicant is Sudler Companies. They're a development company that does office and industrial development. Back to the first page, please. First, reverse slide, thanks. Just wanted to make a point on this one. They are a developer out of New Jersey. They do high A quality office and industrial development. This rendering that you see in this slide is actually the rendering that is what will be developed on this site. There are architectural standards within the existing PD, and these are reflective of those architectural standards. Next slide. As Mark stated, it's an existing PD within the city of Plant City. We already have 3 million square feet of industrial uses, are not seeking any additional uses or development. And I'll show you the site plan when we get to the next slide. But both this property that's outlined in black and then the white property located to the south are under contract for purchase and will be incorporated into the site. If those of you are wondering, did we try to get those 2 green parcels up along Wiggins Road? We certainly did. Mr. Sudler has met personally with all of the residents in this area, and that property owner is just simply not prepared to sell at this time and is very well aware of the development that will be occurring around the site. Next slide. The property is actually being rebranded from Southeastland Industrial to Southern Oaks Business Park. Marketing materials are already on the street. This shows you the proposed development where the approved industrial is oriented towards Charlie Taylor Road, which is a county road, and will be improved to county standards. Again, part of the conditions of the existing PD, and those plans are under review with Hillsborough County now, and we're getting ready to start on the eastern portion of the site real soon. And the subject properties are circled in yellow. And you can see that those properties and the properties to the south, where those are slated for stormwater and landscaping. And we believe that this provides an additional transition between the approved industrial and the properties to the east. Next slide. In short, we have been found consistent with a comprehensive plan by both the Planning Commission and the Plant City Planning Board. Plant City's been great for us, and they've been very supportive, as the Plant City EDC, and we would respectfully request your finding of consistency as well this evening, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you for the presentation. We'll check with HTV to see if we have anyone on the line to add comments, public comments for this item.
No, sir. Once again, no one has called in.
All right. I will kick it over to planning commissioners to see if there are any comments from the planning commissioners. Discussion. Check online. I'm not seeing anybody online. No one here. All right. Seeing no discussion, I will go ahead and close public comment, and I will open the floor up to motions on this item. Commissioner Bernstein.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. At this time, I would move in favor of finding that Plant City Comprehensive Plan Amendment number 20-09 is consistent with the goals and objectives of the Plant City Comprehensive Plan, that we pass it along to the Plant City Commission from here with approval.
I'd second the motion. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Dix. I have a motion by Commissioner Bernstein for consistency finding, a second to that motion by Commissioner Dix. Is there any more discussion from the commissioners? Not seeing any in this room or any hands raised or faces online. I will ask the clerk to go ahead and call a roll call vote on this item.
Joseph?
Yes.
Bernstein?
Yes.
Cardenas?
Yes.
Dix?
Yes.
Dowdy?
I have to abstain with the conflict.
Kress?
Yes.
Powell?
Yes.
Marina?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Commissioner Dowdy abstained.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you for the presentations. Thank you, Mr. Hudson, again. To the applicants, thank you for your time. That looks like our last action item. So I will go ahead and adjourn this meeting, 6:31 p.m. Thank you, everyone, for your time.